Hi. So a lot of you guys have been asking to hear my speech, and I don't feel like sending it to everybody. So I'll just read it for you. Fear is stupid. Honestly, fear is a stupid, stupid thing. There really is nothing to fear except for fear itself. Unfortunately, though, fear is something that is almost impossible to ignore and causes a lot of problems. Too many problems. But that's just something we have to live with, isn't it? I don't think people realize the problems that fear can cause, but maybe that's just ignorance. Many of you have been writing about your fear of spiders or flying, and sure, those are real fears, but they're usually short-term and you will eventually outgrow them. I don't think my fear is something that I can outgrow, and I have many fears, but they're all dependent on one big fear, a fear that is not even my own. That's odd, don't you think? My greatest fear is not even mine, it's someone else's. Not even just one person, but groups of people, parties of people, organizations of people. People who all fear the same thing. They fear this thing so much that their fear turns to hate. A hate that then denies equal rights which are guaranteed by the Constitution on which this country was founded. All men are created equal. But that really doesn't seem to be the case here. Is that my greatest fear? Hate derived from fear? I fear hate. But if hate is derived from fear and fear is stupid, doesn't that just make hate stupid too? You fear something so much you hate it? That's all it is, really. Something that scares you so much you have to spit at it, cuss at it, torment it, and deny it rights to make it go away. I fear that people don't know that the holy water that they bathe in is poison, and that the 3,500-year-old book that they live their normal life by is no longer relevant. I fear that people actually believe in normality. There is no such thing, and if there was, I would fear it. Perhaps I would fear it enough that I would hate it. There are so many definitions of what normal is. Who's to say what normal is and isn't? You see two boys in the hallway kissing and you're utterly disgusted. Why? PDA isn't your thing? You don't seem to have a problem if you see a boy and girl do the same thing. What if the two boys were just holding hands? Still not okay? Because it's not normal? What you think is normal fills me with fear. Fear that I cannot openly show feelings for someone that I like or maybe even love. I fear that people are actually stupid enough to believe that someone would choose to be this way. I fear that people don't know that I can't change, even if I try, or even if I wanted to. I am living in fear, fearing that the facts about who I am and the way that I was born are viewed as opinions. I fear, not just for myself, but for all others like me, born this way. Start off hoping it's a phase, but then you just know, and then you fear. You fear that who you are is not okay, and who you want to be, you can't be. Fear causes limitation. Limitations on who you are, limitations on who you could be, and limitations on life, or even its span. I'm living my greatest fear, but I'm not the only one. There are millions like me, living the same fear. Fearing that the closet is the safest place. That's not where we belong. Fearing that we won't melt into the melting pot of our world. Fear has an enemy, though. Hope. When we are drowning in fear, we often forget about hope, for it can easily be lost. I haven't forgotten hope. I fear hope. I fear people think hope is a sufficient answer when it's not. The only time I do not fear hope is when it sparks a call to action for the people that want to fulfill it. However, I am thankful that hope has sparked a fire that will burn all the fear and equality in this world. I am living my greatest fear, but I'm not afraid. Acceptance and change are nearly here.